Hello, hello. I'm Bridget from bridgetastrology.com.au and welcome to my week ahead report for March 4th to the 10th. And we have got a lot of shifts and changes this week, culminating in a super new moon in Pisces on Sunday. So let me just share my screen and we'll get straight into it. All right, so now Monday morning we opens up with the moon midway through Sagittarius, and straight away this is set for 9 a.m. You can see that we have this beautiful trine between the moon in Sag, trine Chiron in Aries. This looks like us making some realizations and understandings concerning the our old wounds and how we have been healing ourselves as individuals to be brave and courageous and actively move towards these new paths that we're walking down, which is we just previously had Chiron conjunct the North Node just a week or so ago. Now, as you can see here, we've still got this big lineup in Pisces. So making everything so watery, intuitive, maybe hard to hold. There's a lot of deep feelings around as well. And with all of the Uranian activity and the realizations we're making, we are moving towards changing ourselves, where we have these understandings on what has happened previously, and the ramifications of those things. So hence that we're healing ourselves, we're moving forward. Now, the sun is only a couple of degrees past Saturn, and Mercury is now moving on towards Hygeia and Neptune. So now this Mercury Neptune is probably what I don't know if you have sort of had the feeling like, is Mercury retrograde? Well, Mercury is in detriment in Pisces, so it doesn't actually do very well. It's a stranger in a strange land. It can't quite get its thoughts in action or get its hooks into what it's trying to figure out. As it moves closer to Neptune, it's just going to get more and more watery. So, I mean, we'll talk about that later in the week, but I just wanted to sort of get that one out of the way. Yes, it's like Mercury retrograde because Mercury is not functioning very well. All right. So there might be some realizations around on Monday, but they just don't quite sit right yet. But don't worry, because as we get to Wednesday, things are going to sort themselves out. So yeah, just keep pondering on Monday. Don't make any concrete choices. Just the week is still unfolding. All right, so let's move forward to Tuesday. All right, so 8:15 a.m. on Tuesday morning, I'm in Tassie, so Australian Eastern. The moon moves into Capricorn. So, and then we still have this, Mars is coming up to trine the South Node, and it is also sextiling Chiron, or the North Node and Chiron. And we also have Mercury sextile Uranus. So slowly but surely, we're figuring out all of the information and thoughts that we're trying to process. Now, Mars is very active in trying to free itself from the shackles of our past experience. Okay, so we've got the trine, Mercury in Aquarius, which wants freedom, and it's moving towards that. It's understanding, all right, because it's coming up to sextile Chiron, all right, so it can see the connections and it knows what it needs to release. Okay, so slowly but surely we are working on these solid foundations that we're building, all right? Mars is in Saturn's sign, and Saturn is in Pisces, all right? So all of that subconscious rationale that we have it's in the spotlight. I mean, the sun in Pisces is making that our spotlight anyway, but with, Mercury there as well, we're swimming with the fishies. All right, so part of this project is, like I just said, looking at the rubble of the past and choosing how we are going to pave our new way forward. This North Node Chiron thing, I've been using the analogy of the yellow brick road. And, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. With Mercury not functioning very well, we're sort of, a little bit fuzzy anyway. So what we're really doing is exploring, we're exploring the changes, but we do have some really solid foundations. We do have some good ground that we've already learned about. So we're just, just pick and choose and explore what you have laying around. And, you're ultimately working towards your authentic self, being a unique individual, seeking freedom away from traditional values, innovating new processes that are relevant and for your current self now. Okay, so anything else for that one? Mars is, that is actually that Mars sextile North Node trine South Node is exact at 11:30 a.m. So, and the Mercury sextile Uranus is exact at 8 a.m. So very much a aha type of day. Or like I said, the connections are being made. You're starting to realize, what are the sensitive points, that Uranus in Taurus, a little bit of a cattle prod, Mercury's intuitive ability to make those connections and ahas is definitely relevant for Tuesday. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, so Wednesday. Now I have popped in the fact that Mercury and Hygeia are exactly conjunct at 11:24 a.m. on Wednesday. So this is just our intuitive ability to connect in to what we need in regards to our mental health and well-being. All right, there could be, there might be a little bit of a misunderstanding or a misdiagnosis, but generally we're going to be able to maybe find a holistic healer if we are having any sort of health problems, or we have been trying to figure out what the actual problem is with all of the node stuff and this Mercury conjunct Hygeia. I just think we're going to be able to feel into the right place. But like I said, you have to also sort of look at the other side saying misdiagnosis, misunderstanding, right? It is Mercury and they are very close to Neptune. So there could be a little bit of swill there. All right, so another one that we do have on Wednesday at 12:43, so only like an hour and 20 minutes later, is the Sun in Pisces in conjunct Mars hour. There we go. We have the Sun in Pisces in conjunct the South Node. So this is us making the necessary adjustments to release the past blocks. We could really be feeling in or having that intuitive guidance, or just seeing the signs that are connecting us to the things that we need to let go of, and how potentially we have been oh my God, what's the right word that I'm looking for? Codependent. All right. So that Piscean, boundaryless, not being able to have a solid foundation, how we've been codependent in relation to that Libran South Node, right? So how do you need to heal as an individual, right? That North Node in Aries, Chiron in Aries, all right? So being a strong individual versus codependency, or the ability to, or we think we need another person to make us whole and secure. So very much issues around codependency and not being empowered within ourselves. So that was Wednesday at 12:43. The conscious awareness is needed here to uphold and create the stronger boundaries. And it is just, like I said, conscious awareness. So again, going through the week, we've got lots of realizations and changes, especially on Sunday. Okay, so let me move forward to Thursday. Was there anything else there? No. All right. So Thursday at 11:38, the moon moves into Aquarius. I don't have it up here, but then it goes straight into a conjunction with Pluto. So all of the foundational understanding that we have been feeling into comes up to conjunct Pluto at, oh, let me just have a look, at around 2 p.m. on Thursday. And then later on, it squares Jupiter. Okay, so when it comes up to Pluto into that Aquarius area, we are able to find the broader understanding of what we need to transform to gain our emotional freedom. All right, again, here with the releasing codependency, shifts and changes in our understanding. Mars is also sextile Chiron exactly on Thursday at 9:30 a.m. And then, like I said, at 2 p.m., we have that conjunction to Pluto. So we are able to take assertive action towards healing. And, it could be healing issues around the masculine problems in our lives, or that yang energy where we're confronting, or, it's a powerful, strong type of energy that we need to come to terms with and release. All right. So we're forging ahead towards our own freedom and independence, and digging in. So try and have those conversations before lunchtime, so you can clear the air, and the afternoon is then open for these bigger issues that are on the table. All right, so was there anything else for Thursday? No. So let's move forward to Friday. All right, so now, Friday, there might be a little bit of sass in the air. All right, now we have the moon's doing a lot of things. So firstly, it's going to come up to conjunct Mars. All right, so there's that feisty nature. Mars is on a mission. It knows what it's doing now. It's had that healing experience. It's releasing stuff. It's, finding its feet and its authentic voice as well. All right. So be aware, though, of who you're dealing with, especially when it comes to expressing your sass, because I'm not saying that you need to dull your shine at all, but having a filter to know who you're dealing with. All right. Because, we can strut our stuff, but if you're coming up against someone who is just a little bit softer, you don't want to poke sticks into them. So just filter yourself when appropriate. All right. I'm not saying dull your shine. I'm saying filter yourself. All right. So we have this Mercury coming up to conjunct Neptune, making those boundaries and miscommunications even stronger. So another reason to just be aware of what you're saying. Okay. Because, Aquarius doesn't really have that emotional filter or the emotional connection to the ramifications of its words. So we just don't want to step on people's feet. All right. So, was that enough for Friday? Yes, I do believe that is enough. Okay, let's move forward to Saturday. All right, so Saturday. Now, Saturday at 1:54 a.m. All right, so we wake up with Mercury on the other side of Neptune, as you can see here. So Saturday is going to be a very, very dreamy day. So maybe you can get yourself set up with art or music, or, because it's going to be hard to focus. So yeah, art, music, creativity, getting out into nature, meditation, yoga, Pilates, things where you're connecting your mind in with your intuitive ability. What else here? Jupiter, which is ruling Pisces, is coming up closely to Uranus. So we are connecting in with what makes us comfortable. All right. So yeah, try to find yourself in a nice, gentle place. Be grounded. Like I said, maybe you can get out into nature. All right. So was there anything else here? We do also have the moon coming up to conjunct Saturn. So even though we've got this dreaminess, you can, if you need to get stuff done, use your tools like timers, to-do lists, being accountable to people. So making statements of intention. All right. So yes, you can always find an antidote to, if you are having problems, always speak out. It always helps. All right. So, and I don't know if I said it or not. Thank you, Pisces. But the moon does move into Pisces on Saturday at 12 p.m. Okay. So now let's get into the big day, which is Sunday. There are so many things going on Sunday. So not only do we have the new moon in Pisces, all right, so this is the beginning of a whole new cycle that we have Mars in Aquarius, making that exact square to Uranus in Taurus. All right. So we are rebelling against restrictions, especially where your freedom is involved. We could be very impulsive. There could be some volatility around. I think that feels like more on a world stage, or it could be the poke with a sharp stick that ruffles enough feathers to get change happening. Okay. All right. So again, because it's very dynamic, it could be personal or social change. Okay. So that was at 9:23. At 9:37, the sun in Pisces is sextile that Uranus in Taurus. So that is also embracing change and innovation. There are new opportunities opening up to us. And as you can see, just shortly before that, we had that push for freedom, that drive to the old way versus the new way, so there's that clash that might just be the thing that starts those sextile cogs turning. All right. So be open to guidance and personal breakthroughs. All right. Now, next on the Sunday list is Mercury moves into Aries. All right. So Mercury in the last couple of weeks has been in Pisces, where it was in detriment, and it was just sort of like staring out the window, not quite sure of its words, tripping over what it wants to say, couldn't quite get its meaning across. Moves into Aries at 3:03 p.m. and we have the planet of communication, and it now has a speaker. It is willing to stand up. It's got that Mars vibe, Mars in Aquarius, where it gone into natural investigation mode. It is sniffing out the truth. All right, so all of the realizations of the previous week, where we've been intuitively guided and hunches have started to come through, is now us going, all right, I'm willing to speak up and out about these things that I have not been able to talk about previously. So very much changes coming, voicing our opinion very, very loudly and very, very deliberately. Okay, so next on the Sunday train is the new moon in Pisces at 8 p.m. All right. So the new moon in Pisces is being ruled by Jupiter in Taurus. All right. So we've got this new cycle that is very intuitively guided, that has had all of these shifts and changes in very quick succession, resulting in us having realizations about our comfort that we are like no longer willing to tolerate because of all that South Node stuff. We're speaking out about it. We're willing to try new things. And we're very aware that we are capable of doing these things. Right, so let me just find my notes. All right, so what else have I said? Yeah, the passive voice we've had in the last couple of weeks is gone. And by the time the new moon comes around, you are ready to fearlessly embrace this new cycle. You're willing to put in the effort, and you know that your dreams are worth it. All right, so heaps of healing, heaps of changes, heaps of you know yeah, we're still, it is a new moon in Pisces. We still have this next new moon cycle that is softer, but there's a lot of hard edges that are actually going to give us something to grip onto. Mercury in Aries has got that feisty, fiery nature, and just connecting in with what we know we need. All right, we're going to be able to hear the messages of the universe and speak out loudly. So it's also a supermoon too. So even though it's a new moon, it's very, very close to Earth, which means that it's very, very potent as well. Okay, so that has been my rundown of the week ahead. So I hope that you allow change into your life. Like I said, for the beginning of the week, don't make any concrete changes yet, because the juice is on Sunday. So just reinforce yourself, use your toolbox. All right, you have plenty of ability to keep yourself in a safe position, and do a lot of writing this week. Write down where you see yourself going, and even though there are going to be changes, it might just be the approach that you use rather than the end result. Okay, so all of this watery, intangible nature needs some solid grounding. ask Saturn for his help, all right, to explore those realms and make real these dreams that you're working towards, because you are worth it. All right, so if you have liked this, then if you could click like, share, and comment. I always answer my comments. And if you would like a reading, reach out to me at any of the socials, or Bridget at bridgetsastrology.com.au, where you can, on my website, you can find my booking link, or just reach out and let's talk. So yeah, I have my new coaching block coming up on the 20th of March when the sun moves into Aries. So if you're interested in a personal development and coaching in like directly relation to your chart and charting out the next 3 months based on your transits, then reach out, because I've had some amazing people joining me for the last 9 months, and we've had some amazing results. So please reach out. Let's talk. And thank you so much. Have a great week.